Hello, welcome again to Shannon's channel. My name is Shannon. What we'll be getting in today is another unboxing video. It is not really necessarily unboxing, more like unpackaging, because it's not a box, obviously. So this is something I ordered recently from JetPens. Yay! So pretty much a stationery haul as well as an art utensil haul. So let's see what is inside. Just cut off the top here, like so. Get rid of that. Okay. And let's see what we got. Okay, so all empty. This is my order slip. Let's just leave this as a surprise, okay? So put that aside. And okay, so yeah, I didn't get that much stationery now that I recall. I got holographic stickers, square stickers. Hopefully I can show you what I'll be using these for. Usually just art, scrapbooking for my sketchbook. So I'm planning on using that soon. So we'll put that aside. Black washi tape. Let's move these aside too. No. Okay, black washi tape. Apparently it's writable. So that means that I can use my really nice gel pens, like milky gel pens, right on top of it if I wanted to. This is just a glue stick, but I don't know. I've been trying out a lot of different glue sticks and glue products, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one also for scrapbooking purposes. And next will be, this is another glue stick. So before I go into actually working with the pens and markers, forgot about that. Okay, the rest though should all be marker tools or pen tools. Okay, so let's get started with testing out the utensils. So this is my nice little sketchbook. So this is a black mild gel ink pen created by Iconic. And that's the details on the back. So let's go ahead and try it out. Get to remove the little thingamabobber. I think it's like, okay, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's just do a few squiggly lines. First impressions, it's really nice. It's fluid and thin, but consistent. There's no skipping or anything like that. So already really like it. And now we can draw a little character. To be fair, this probably isn't the best paper for this kind of pen because it is a sketchbook. So that means it has a little bit more tooth. And these type of pens, they really prefer, as if they have minds, but these type of pens typically prefer smooth bristle board type paper. And sometimes that might smudge, but that would also be a good experiment. But I don't think I have any. Oh well, so we'll just continue. So yeah, there is a little bit of skipping, but again, that could be the tooth that I mentioned. And filling in the black, it's not holding up as well as I would have liked. But aside from filling in, just like simple doodles or sketching, really like it. All right, so all right, let's move on to the next tool. Let's get this paper. Next tool is, oh my gosh, I can't recall what this one is, and it's all in Japanese, of course. Looks pretty. I do like the color of the braille. Of course, it's black, so it's not gonna look that way, but let's go ahead and try it out on paper. It actually seems kind of dry, but it doesn't mean it's a bad marker. It could just be its quality, or it actually could have dried out. I don't know. Who's to say? So let's draw a character. All right. So off the bat, I would say it's not a vibrant type of a black. It's not a deep, rich black. I mean, it probably would be okay to color on top of itself like this, but the rich black is not. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just not there. I mean, it's okay in its own right, but I don't know, I like the rich black colors of markers more. Let's kind of color in his shirt a bit. Yeah, like even compared to the line art from this other pen, doesn't match it very well. Like the other pen is a bit darker. It's a different type of black. But yeah, like I said, it's okay in its own right, but I wouldn't be able to like color in things without it looking kind of just kind of off. It does seem to layer on top of itself kind of well though. Like it's not too many obvious brush strokes. So that's a good thing. So it seemed like it's a decent quality ink, but not as vibrant as I would prefer. All right, moving on to the next. The next thing I have is a highlighter, a gray highlighter. This looks really good on this paper, at least. There's no obvious. Sometimes markers are just too juicy, so when you roll over the paper, the parts of the paper can actually get ruined because it's just too liquid. But this is not having that problem whatsoever. Very much enjoy this marker, or highlighter rather. Let's see. And overlaying it, it is kind of impacting the paper a bit. So I sense that just a little bit, but it's still acceptable. The real test would be to run it over something that is hopefully already dry. So let's give this a try. Let's go over this. No obvious smudging, so that's good. And let's try this other one over the marker. The highlighter over the marker. No smudging, no smearing. I would say this gets a pass. Okay, this is the Pentel Matte Hop. And this is white. I've tried the black one already, and I think it's pretty good. So of course I'm gonna write this on here. Wait, is this? This is coming out looking yellow. What? I don't think I ordered yellow. Let me look at my receipt. Like what? So it doesn't say it's yellow on the receipt. It says it's a matte ivory white. To me, that looks yellow, but it could just be the lighting, unfortunately. So off the bat, I couldn't use it for my purposes because it has too much of a yellow tint or hue to it. Like if I'm just drawing black and white art with wanting some white highlights, no, that's not what I would be wanting at all. Oh well. And maybe this paper isn't good for it, but when you overlay it too much, it kind of eats into the paper a bit. Maybe I can try it on the black washi tape that I pulled out earlier. We can give that a try. Okay, so that one was a little disappointing because it wasn't the color I was expecting, but oh well. So next thing we're going to try is Pilot Juice Paint. So this is an acrylic marker. This is hopefully going to be a Posca pen alternative. So going along with my desire to use white and black color schemes. So as one does when you get a new marker, yes, after you shake it, you gotta press it, keep pushing. All right, so may not be able to see it through the camera, but I can tell that it is white, especially compared to this ivory white that's not white. And sometimes when I get a new Posca and you push it, it just floods. This is not flooding. Hopefully it's not too dry. Hopefully that's not why it's doing that, but it seems like it's holding up okay. Control with this type of nib, and unfortunately it does have a little bit of black, maybe a little bit of black on the tip. Maybe the marker that I used earlier didn't dry, so that's kind of a bummer, but it could just be the marker didn't dry. But overall, this is really nice. I actually look forward to trying it out in the future. With that said, I got a few more colors in the juice because I've never tried this brand before. So up until today, of course. So um, I got this one, which is kind of like a skin tone color, and a blue, and an orange color, which is, opposite in the color wheel of the blue. So I could try to, and they look like they'd be vibrant. So hopefully I can like make a little picture using these. I'll be back in just a moment after I shake these up, prime them, and we can try to make an illustration, a little mini picture. All right, I have returned. So I forgot I mentioned earlier that I was going to try out the white but not white matte Pentel pen on the black washi tape. So let's give that a try. Let's just do something simple like a star. The washi tape itself is kind of thin when I was putting it on the paper. It was kind of hard to pull off at first, but if you get a good starting point, I would say it's not too bad overall. So it just is expected. This type of pen is actually pretty good on the black, but as I mentioned, it does not look white. It suits the star pretty well, but it's not what I consider white. Ivory white, I would say, probably would have a little bit of a yellow hue to it or tint, but it shouldn't be so obviously on the yellow's color wheel or color spectrum. So for what it is, I think it's fine. Okay, and I did have some trouble with these when I primed them. When I had tried out the white earlier, it actually worked pretty well, but these three all leaked when I was priming them. So sad, so sad. So I kind of don't even really want to try them or try to draw a picture with them because of that. So I guess I could try something simple, but if it requires me to prime, we'll be in trouble. So I'm just going to draw in a head shape. And you don't want to, when it comes to acrylic markers, you don't want to overlay on paper too much. This actually doesn't seem like it's eating through the paper, even with a few passes over or coloring on top of it. Actually, not too bad. There's some of it, but acrylic markers in general aren't suitable for most papers, even like a smooth paper. I found that when you use acrylic markers using a gessoed paper, and I don't even prime my gesso or sand it down per se. Um, I just gesso it and paint on top of it with the acrylic markers, and it holds pretty well, I would say. But acrylic markers are usually best suitable for things that you would use acrylic paint with, like canvas or a hard surface like glass or plastic, things like that. All right, so you see, oh no, it happened. It just got too dry. And as you can see, there's little bits on the paper. unfortunately, from going over too much. So that's disappointing. But like I said, I really shouldn't be. I mean, aside from the priming, which is unfortunate that it dripped so much when I was just praising the white one, and now this one, or these other three weren't doing that so well. It's kind of a bummer. You were supposed to be the chosen ones. Okay, so let's give this character orange hair. Yeah, the orange after it's been primed seems like it's holding up okay. Maybe with the lighter colors, they require more overlay. So that could be a thing. I'm just going to give it hair. I know this doesn't look like much, but it's going to be a person, I promise. Yeah, just with it not dry. This is not how you're supposed to art, okay? But I was just curious to see how they work together overall. But like I said, it's not probably the best tester. And yeah, there's still little papery bits that are on this one too, even though I'm not overlaying it on top of each other that on top of itself that much. Bummer. But the colors are vibrant. I don't have any complaints about that. And okay, while that's parts drying a bit, let's go in with blue. Let's go in with blue. Yeah. I'm just gonna give her a bit of a shirt, a top. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're just going with the flow, you know? She's gonna have a little noodly arm or something. Oh no, it's getting dry and I'm so afraid to depress the marker. Well, I gotta do it. It's gotta happen. Oh, yep. Oh well. I wonder if this does this thing like the Posca markers sometimes do, which is if a color pulls too much, that sometimes it'll crack. And I heard that's because it's of how it just dries the water. Maybe it's not mixed up. Sometimes it happens if it's probably not mixed up well enough, and then the water evaporates and dries up quick, which causes the stuff to crack. So that's why it's important to shake these a lot. Make sure they're well mixed. Especially even if you use them fairly recently, probably doesn't hurt to give it a few shakes before you start using it again. So now we're going back over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, that's still needs more time. All right, let's try the blue again. So I'd say switch up some things, or while that's drying, let's try these markers. Let's try the blue. Let's try these markers on the washi tape. I think these probably work well on the washi tape. What do you think? Ooh, nice and opaque. You know, for that matter, I probably could try to use the white one. Let's give that a try. Let's do a heart. Oh, that is lovely on the black. This is really nice. Can we go over this girl's hair again? Oh gosh, we're just gonna have to push the orange. I just wanted to do a quick little doodle and we are struggling. Struggling. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's incorporate another part of my order, which would be this brush marker that I wasn't that fond of, but might not be too bad. Oh, you know what? I should give her like a hand or something. No, not clap for her. Not that type of hand. Actually give her a hand. She needs a hand. Okay, all right, let's continue with the skirt pants, and then I'll probably do her other arm. Or not, maybe I'll just like put that behind her, we'll see. Very, very careful. Very, very careful. Okay. And let's get the blue, finish off the shirt a bit, and then maybe give her a face with my other tool that I got. Okay. Which one did I like, or did I get? Not the highlighter. Okay. Yeah, this one. So I'm just going to give her a face. She's a happy girl. It's so sad. I guess that part didn't dry, so it's not looking so great. But even knowing that, I'm still coloring over it. I'm so terrible. Okay, let me try to have this dry just a little bit more before I continue, because I know it's not the best little doodle, but I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, so take a break and let it dry a little. We'll go from there. Hello again. So I didn't really notice because when I'm drawing from this angle, the art's a little further away from me than usual. Usually I'm like up close and personal, especially because my eyesight's so bad. So unfortunately, while I was waiting for it to dry a little bit, wondering why the pen wasn't working as well as I was hoping it would. I even tried a little squiggle there, see if there was something wrong with it. But yeah, the paint marker had eaten directly right through the paper and even bled through the other side, unfortunately. So I'm going to use this brush marker just so we can finish the image and be done with it because this will overlay on top of the paint marker better than the ultra thin gel pen that I use, which will probably be really good for simple things, but not working on top of acrylic pens. So we'll try out the brush marker. Look at that, already having issues. She has a hole in her hair. Oh my gosh. So this is actually a terrible experiment, but sometimes you have to experiment with stuff and deal with terrible experiments, you know? It's just part of the artistic process. Not everything's going to turn out perfect or as expected, and that's just how it is. I wasn't planning on making a masterpiece with this, of course, but I wanted to test it out, and it's probably not, like I was saying, it's probably not the best test to try acrylic markers on this kind of paper in the first place. And also, like I was saying, it was spilling out everywhere. But it is what it is. So we'll just keep going. We'll finish it off. Yeah, this goes on top of the acrylic pretty well, I'd say. Pretty well. All right, let's finish off the other side of her arm. Oh man. I'm just making that worse, so I'm just going to stop. I'm just gonna stop here. So there you have it. Little doodle. Like I said, I do like the colors of the Pilot juice markers. Unfortunately, they did flood. The white one is my favorite, so I look forward to using that one a little bit more. And overall for this haul, I would probably give everything an overall score of 8 out of 10. I had a lot of hits, some misses, some things I didn't really expect or anticipate would happen. But yeah, that's why we test out things. It's just a journey. And like I said, not everything is going to turn out perfectly or the way you want. That's why we have these tests and trying out different supplies to see if we like them. Hopefully, I can do an image using these markers, using the Pilot Juice paint markers, and maybe using them on a gessoed surface so I can give it a more fair assessment, because as they are, not that satisfied with them. I could have just gotten Copics. I'm glad I just got a few colors, the complementary colors and the skin color. Aside from the white's great. So far, I have no complaints about that. But I do look forward to using more of these art supplies in the future, and I hope you'll join me on my journey. Thank you for watching Shenanigans. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if there's any art supply that you would like to get from JetPens, or if there's any supply that I used today that you might want to try.